What is going on, everybody? Today we got the Warpath update, and there's a couple of things that I want to go over. Now, there is a whole list of different things and updates and everything that went down. I will leave a link down in the comment section to their Facebook post where it gives you everything that changed. But what I want to go over specifically is the biggest change that came with this update, and it basically, from what I'm seeing, is pretty much it's updated a couple of the of game modes, specifically campaign. Campaign got a huge overhaul, and then alliance, the alliance store is a bit different as well. So those are the things that are going to be touching on mainly, because those are the biggest change right now. So speaking of campaign, if you go to all battles, I was previously stuck on 840. It was a very hard stage, and you pretty much, I wouldn't say you needed infantry, like a good infantry unit, but it definitely helped. But after this update, it looks like they changed 840 altogether, and I just breezed right through it, and I breezed through 9 and 10, and I'm currently stuck at 1040 just because I'm not level 32. But this is a couple of different things. The one thing is that I got some more blueprints that I needed, because there is some items here that I needed more of, specifically the TS for a lot of the siege that I use for my base defense. And now if you take a look here, since I was able to go ahead and continue through the campaign, I'm able to make 4 more of these. And then if you go over to the tanks, I can make 4 more of the different types from here. The Coupler lock and the gas wielding kit, I can make a lot more of those now. So that definitely will make it to where I can have multiple of the same units at once. Especially like for anti-tank gun, I was running a gold anti-tank part on the top there for this one, but since I had that one, I didn't have it for this one. So now with this campaign update and actually letting me progress through, I'm able to build multiple of the same units with gold parts, which is going to go a long way. But the biggest change in campaign is the rewards that you're actually going to get. Now, the rewards change into this here. So if you take a look here, you now get campaign coins. You still get the arms XP, etc., but what you're not going to get from it is the ammunition. And the reason why you're not getting ammunition anymore is because now there is a campaign store right on the right hand side, right here. Okay, now in this campaign store, you get those campaign tokens, and this is where you're going to use it. And your store level, the more you buy, the store level is going to be leveled up. And once you reach level 5, you can start getting some of these gold blueprints that can give you gold plus or gold plus plus parts, which is really crucial in getting your units as high as possible. Previously, this was super hard to find. You pretty much only got it on like events, etc. But now you have a clear path on how to obtain them. But you have to get it to level 5. So how do you get it to level 5? Right now, I've amassed, let's see, I've amassed 8,000 of these tokens. And this is where you can start getting the ammunitions that you would normally get if you so choose. But now you have the different options, like you can get universal coupons, you can get even silver blueprints, etc. So I want to see just how much this actually gives as far as experience, because I want to get the ammunition. Also, one thing that I've noticed is that one ammunition is much cheaper than the other, because this is quantity 75, quantity 50, and this is 60 and 60, but one is 110 and one is 45. So that's really interesting to see. Like, if you really need the ammunition, you're gonna have to pay a premium essentially. But it seems like this refreshes every 2 days. Let me see, every 3 days. So every 3 days this refreshes, but I want to go ahead and get all the ammunition just to see how much experience I get off of this. So I start at 150,000, and if I buy all of the ammunition, I get 2,000 experience. That's not really much. Although I guess technically I didn't really use a lot of my tokens. So let's get the components. And my experience isn't really going up too much. Let's get the coupons. That brought it up another 2,000. And then the ammunition. This is where I don't know if I want to pay that much for ammunition. Maybe I'll wait until it resets again. Yeah, and honestly, what I'm gonna start doing, instead of buying a bunch of different things here, the smart thing to do really is to start saving up as many as you can by the time you reach level 5. That way you can start actually getting some of this, because it seems like it's gonna take a while to get level 4 and level 5. But at level 4, you can start getting some of these gold blueprints. It's just that at 5, you start getting the ones that are specifically for each faction. Like you get the anti-tank gun, the light, the super heavy, you know, the ones that only belong to a specific faction. But before that, to the level 4, you can start getting, you know, your medium tank upgraded, etc. So really, really nice update for the campaign store, because this is something that you can build up over time, and now you actually have a choice as to what you can actually get. So really, really nice. I really like the update on this. I hope I could continue more, but I gotta get to 32 before I get up on that. So the rush rewards, let me see, what do we get from the rush rewards? So I get 664 of each and 377 out of each time I do this, and I can do it 6 times essentially. So that'll give me a decent amount of coins right there as well. So really, really nice to see. The other big important update is the Alliance and the Alliance store. Now, in the Alliance store before, you did not have as many options as you have now, and now you have contribution coins that you can actually use to buy different things. Now, it seems like your alliance will have to research some of this, and it looks like we have started already. And when you contribute, you can see that I'm getting +2, etc. So I'm gonna go ahead and contribute all I can right there. That way I can get as many as I can. And now you see that I have 1,174 contribution coins. And the big one here is the War Machine statues. War Machine was one of those commanders that is really good, especially if you can max it out, but you couldn't really find his statues anywhere. It was super hard to get, and you pretty much had to use universal ones. But now you have a way of reliably getting a decent amount of them. So I'm really happy to see that. But again, I'm seeing that one is much cheaper than the other. So it's like they're basically saying you can get 10 and you can get 10 more, but it'll cost you a premium. That's the way that I see it, really. And then the universal coupons, the 8 hours, I would stay away from the 8 hours considering the cost, because War Machine and the hero is just going to be your priority here. I would only get something like this if you truly desperately need it, because War Machine, that's where most of your coins should be going. As you get higher, of course, you will also have some of these blueprints. So this update, if you haven't already noticed, made getting blueprints much easier. Now, it's not to say that they are super easy to get now, but they were just almost impossible before. So now you have different avenues to be able to get them. So I'm really excited for it. And then, of course, the Alliance, the entry permit, this is something that a lot of people want and need. So I'm happy that this is going to be available here as well. But again, War Machine is the priority here. Well, that's what I would suggest anyway. So I'm really glad that the Alliance contribution thing is actually going to be really something that people are going to be working on towards, because War Machine, if you go to War Machine, he's just a good all-around hero to use on anything, because first of all, the tactical skill is good to get it, but load speed, that's great for like siege, but really it's good for anything. Then you have attack damage 15%, again, good for everything. Then you got troop firepower 20%, again, can be used on anything. And then the free will load speed plus 10%. Once again, really good on siege, but it can be used on anything. So War Machine is one of those that you definitely want to take up if you can, to max. Now, there are a couple of other things that they did change, but I definitely want to mention it. If you go over to the black market now, you can start seeing some of the officer experience books. This is not something that you previously could get before, so I'm glad that this is going to be added now into the weapon supply. I don't know if you can get it on any of the other ones. Okay, so you can get it on the more rewards as well, so that's actually not bad right there. And then this is a great segue into this item specifically right here, the premium universal material. Let me talk to you guys about this here. Let me go to units and go to materials. So previously, what we had was optional parts, and essentially this premium universal material is taking the place of that. And they're also downsizing the amount of materials down to 5. I believe previously it was 7. Now it's basically just down to these 5. And it works pretty much the same way, except that it's just now simplified. Let me go ahead and get that. Boom. Also, if you go over to the VIP store, it will also be represented there as well. They pretty much just swap the optional materials with the premium material. And then for the gold one, you see it right here, the advanced universal material. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just more streamlined, and you don't have as many materials, because before it was 7, now it's 5. It's much easier to keep track of, and everything just becomes a little bit easier. Another change that I really like is you go to this one right here, the daily special. And this is one of the best ways to get your Jack Spanner maxed out. But there is a nice little addition that they made. If you go over to the chest, you can actually check here what it comes with. They are adding universal coupons to this. So essentially, if you spend $6, you're gonna get 6 universal coupons. You get 3 of these crates, which will give you an X amount of either Jack Spanner statues or gold officer statues, universal coupons, and expert officer experience. Like, it's just really good drops, especially if you get in the higher drop rates of Jack Spanners, like 5 or 10. Really good, solid, and then the speed ups as well is not too bad. So they definitely increase the value here, and that's something that I really like to see. But yeah, like I mentioned, this update is, from what I'm understanding and from what I'm gathering from everything that was added, this update is pretty much a parts update mainly. It's to make sure that you're able to get more parts, more blueprints easier, and then of course the upgrade from being able to get war machine statues now, that's going to be really good. But remember guys, when you play a game like this, you try to play it on the long term. So don't go blowing your coins just because you have some now, because you can get this right here, etc. Try to save your coins and specifically buy what you need in order to make good progress. Because like right now, if I go to my campaign, I can say, yeah, I got 4,000 coins. I can go to the store and buy X amount of stuff. But really, when it resets and I want to get other stuff, I'm not going to have enough coins to get it. So be smart with your currency, whether it's your coins or specifically your alliance, your contribution coins, because war machine statues should be your #1 priority. Be stingy with these because they're very important. But overall, like I said, there's a bunch of other like smaller things that was added on this update. So go ahead and check out. Actually, if you go here to the community, you should be able to see like all of the update. You go to official and you can see, yeah, there you go. You're able to see like everything that they added here. So definitely check it out. Let me see if I can hit all and it'll actually pop it up here. Yeah, so there you go. You have all of this stuff that you can actually go over and read and go. Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff added, but the ones that I highlighted was the one that I really liked in this update. So one thing I will mention is that they did say that the power display was going to make a return. And for those of you that don't know, previously on units you would actually see a numeric value of how powerful the unit is, like whether it was 400k, 700k, etc. But after they took it out and they added this update where you see this is the only thing you see, it could be misleading as far as how strong a unit could be, because you didn't know how much, you know, if it was a maxed out unit, modify, what kind of parts it had, because once you get to X, that's all you had. It's an X, but I don't know how strong exactly it is. But with the numeric value, definitely gives you a better gauge as to how powerful a unit is. So I'm really glad that that's coming back. They did say on an update that's gonna be in the future, in the near future. So hopefully it'll be on the next. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the update. Did you like it? And what did you like the most? But yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. And until later, bye.